Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to St. Mojo Homestead, where we are getting ready for our chicks. So excited. Post office called today and we got the setup done yesterday. Didn't get any footage of that. I am going to turn this heat light on and then head over to the post office to pick them up because I've got less than 30 minutes to get there before they close. All right guys, we're back and got the bedding, and Josiah is getting the chicks. So we're gonna go get them set up. I did not have bedding in place already, so yeah, gonna get that done. Get water in there, food in there. If you are not familiar with chicks, if you have not done them before, they hatch and get shipped all in the same day. So they are 1 day old when you get them, and they are in desperate need of water and food. Now, chicks are good for 1 day, debatably a little bit longer, with no food, no water, because they still have everything they need from all the nutrients that they got inside the shell. But after that, it gets pretty critical, and you want to get some food and water in them. Aren't they cute? So we did get a bonus chick this year. I had them put it in there. I have not done that in the past just because they are usually egg layers and they're not going to grow as fast, but I couldn't resist. We got one. Check them out. Hopefully a her. I say him. Hopefully a her. Aw, isn't she cute? All right, we're gonna get these guys put in their new home and get them set up with food and water. All right, got them all set up. These guys are the big red broiler from Murray McMurray. That is by far our favorite meat bird. It does take 1 month longer to grow them out than your traditional Cornish cross, which only take about 2 months. These guys will take about 3 months. So that is one drawback, but in my opinion, they are far superior in taste and the quality of fat and everything else that you get off of them, which really creates a very nice broth. Guys, next day, and I'm gonna go out and check on those chicks. But first I gotta get my shoes on. It's more of just, you know, for my satisfaction. Brings peace and comfort and serenity looking at farm animals. I'm about to fall. There we go. And then I want to head out to the garden, which is our peaceful place, and just kind of talk through how this week has been for us. Let's go. Come join me. Hey, goaty goats. Hey, goaty goats. But there they are. They're doing so good. So you guys just saw them like 30 seconds ago in the video, but hey, it is the next day. Uh-oh, are you still good? So here's the extra one, and she was kind of laying there. She doesn't seem to have too much energy. Any guesses on what type this one is? I'd love to hear it. I know certain breeds have different certain markings when they're babies. This one definitely has markings. It's not solid, so I am kind of curious. Yeah, she seems to be good. All right, let's go to the garden. The garden for me is definitely a place of restoration. I would say the garden for both Cass and I. Cass is my wife, if you're new with us. I want to say welcome, by the way. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, I invite you to do that. But the garden is a place where we come just to be restored, be refilled, be rejuvenated, really just where we can get refilled, refreshed. A lot of re's in there. So I wanted to come in here because this is one of those weeks where I need that. And I wanted to share with you guys. This is something that for guys, I will say, is... Uh-oh. Oh no, guys, we got a limping goat. I'm definitely gonna have to go check her out. I'm gonna put you guys down. I'm gonna go do that, and then I'll be back to talk. Okay. Gonna have to look into that one a little bit closer. Probably gonna wait till I get Cass here. But as I was saying, wanted to talk to you guys about something that guys, being males, don't like to talk about. We don't like to face it, and that is feelings. I have really had my feelings kind of opened up for me this week. It's been a difficult week. I wouldn't say a bad week, but just a difficult week here in our family on the homestead. And that is because if you've been following along, you know that we've had a young man named John living with us really for the better part of last year and even some into the year past. And in that, he has really integrated into our family, and we consider him family. Our kids have even called him a brother, and they definitely have that relationship with him as such. And Cass and I have even been known at times to call him our son. So it was that type of relationship. I say it wasn't a breakup or anything like that. But this week, he left to fulfill what he believes, and I believe, is a call on his life. And that is to join the military and to serve in that capacity. So we are so happy to see him walking that out. But it does leave a little bit of a void here at in the family, and you feel that. You feel that with emotion, you feel that with his presence not being here, you feel that with kind of the extra helping hands not being there anymore, and so you feel that in a lot of ways. So that has been, in some ways, a little bit difficult, kind of just adjusting to that. But in all of that, for me, I have had kind of my emotions and I would say feelings opened up, if you will. So we are believers. If you don't know that, we believe in Jesus and are professing Christians. And so in this process of this week, I would say that the Lord has really opened me up and made me realize that I have kind of been shut down to a lot of feelings, kind of suppressed them, not allowing myself to fully feel. And this week has really brought that to the surface, in all kinds of feelings and emotions. I'm not just talking about sadness, there's a little bit of sadness, but like I said earlier, I definitely am more excited for him. But something happened to where I was made raw for the Lord to work. Found vulnerability within myself and embraced it. I think that's the biggest thing this week. I embraced it. And it's really been healing. It's been a process. Still trying to wrap my head around what in the world is going on because I don't know. Because I'm feeling things I haven't felt in a long time. And that's good. It's healing. And it's almost a rediscovery of sorts. But really, deep down inside, I'm kind of hoping it doesn't really go away. I don't want to become numb to emotions. While it is not the stereotypical guy way to live their life, it is the way I want to live mine, because I feel like it is allowing me to fully be in touch with events around me, with the world around me, to fully be aware of situations around me. And it's been good. It really has been good. It has brought on every single emotion, but in that, I have become more sensitive to all of those things I just mentioned. The garden is a space where I feel is my safe space, where I can come out, where I can process through that, where I can grieve, where I can rejoice, where I can celebrate, where I can, reflect, where I can feel sympathy for other people in a safe environment. The garden does that. As I said, walking in, it's therapeutic. It is our therapeutic space. That's a big reason why we garden. The ultimate reason is to grow our own food and to grow healthy food and the best food that we possibly can for our family and to provide for our family. But the secondary reason is because it gives us a sanctuary and it gives us a place to leave the busyness and the distractions of life, even if we're not coming out here to work, to just sit among God's creation and to sit among things that remind us of life. And when I say life, I mean like real life, genuine life, the simplicity of life. You know, we complicate it so much. And that's one thing that this week has been about, is really opening my eyes to simplifying my life and figuring out what it is that is important and being disciplined in those things. I think that that's my word for the year. We always try to come up with a word for the year for each of us individually. And I think that's my word for the year, is discipline. And how do I discipline myself? One, to continue to feel so that I can be in touch with my real self and be authentic and be able to give my authentic self to my friends, to those around me, to, everyone in my life that I come in contact with. And also, how can I discipline myself to be more productive, to be a better father, to be a better human, to be a better gardener, to be a better homesteader, a better husband, whatever it may be. And so this week's been good. This week's been difficult, but it's been good because it's opened my eyes to that. So I would encourage you guys to find your sanctuary. Maybe it is your garden. Maybe it's among your animals. Maybe it's, I don't know, out in a special place away from your property. But find that place and find time. Don't lose touch with reality, because most of you guys are homesteading or gardening or, kind of providing for yourself and being as self-sustainable as possible. The only way that the simplicity of that lifestyle comes to fruition is if we allow ourselves to open up, to be vulnerable, to be aware of the full process, and to fully be aware of ourselves. There's a self-sustainable life that also goes on within us. It's not just about gardening, it's not just about homesteading, it's also about ourselves and our bodies and what is going on inside of us. And so the only way to really tap into that is to make time to do that, to make time to be real with yourself, to be real with your emotions, to be real with other people, to be vulnerable is the biggest thing, to be vulnerable. When we garden, we put little vulnerable seeds out. And when we put them in the right situation, they flourish. I think it's the same for us. When we put our vulnerability in the right situation, then we can flourish, but only then will we flourish. And so I hope this is encouraging to somebody out there. Give it a thumbs up if you found it encouraging. Please, as always, feel free to leave comments. Thank you guys so much for being a part of our lives on YouTube and following along. We appreciate it. Thank you for spending this time with me, allowing me to kind of continue to process through, because this is going to be a process for me, and share it with you guys. So I hope you guys have a great week and be blessed.